Hello, welcome to Sheepdog Says. I'm Sheepdog and I'm doing a late video today because I spent a lot more than I expected of my evening playing Mario Kart with the kids. And I thought I'd do a video just about video games that you play with small children, because when I first started playing Mario Kart when I got the Switch the other day, I was basically doing the races and just barking at Bosco to use his weapons and accelerate and all these things. And I didn't really need to watch. I actually thought I was the Mario Kart king because I was barely watching and I was still winning by miles and it was all fine and easy. And my wife and I had done a race with Lambpup and we were winning by miles and all of this. And then I had a conversation with Pab on Mature Gamer Podcast the other day and just said to him, it seems a bit easy. You can't go over the edges. There's barriers everywhere, all this, that and the other. And he said, are you sure you're not playing it in, I think he called it RC mode, so it's like remote control mode? I said, well, what does that mean? And he said, well, if you put that on, it kind of keeps you on the rails a bit, keeps you protected. So I had a look through the settings, and sure enough, we were on that mode. I also discovered there was a mode to basically keep the car accelerating all the time. So for Bosco, I switched that straight on because his biggest problem was he'd take his focus from one thing to another and he'd stop accelerating. Now he just drives and he can shoot weapons and ride around, and he's got marginally better at it. But turning the RC mode off, bloody hell was that a leveler. I'm terrible at Mario Kart, and my wife's not that much better at it either, to be fair. She's better than me, but I am terrible, terrible, terrible. It's made me wonder whether the RC mode has been on for every Mario Kart for the past maybe 8, 10, whatever many years, because unless I'm just rusty and I'll get good at it again soon, but honestly, all the races we were doing, it would finish me, Lambpup, Bosco, and then suddenly we did a GP earlier where we're racing it out, and the first race Bosco won, mainly because Lambpup was looking at the wrong screen, and by the time she'd realised it, we were so far ahead that I stopped to help her catch up. But Bosco couldn't because the accelerator was jammed on, so he carried on going. He's so flaky at it that we both caught up with him, but he pipped us to the post. So that was a really fun game because he knew that he wasn't winning by rights, but when we caught up, he won by rights. So it was like brilliant. Lambpup won the next one because I was terrible. I won the next one, and then we were 7-7-7, and the next race was going to decide everything. And it was blooming Rainbow Road with absolutely no barriers the whole way around it. And because I went off a barrier at the first corner, it kept giving me speed ups to catch up with them. But if I used the speed up, I went off, so I got further behind them. And I was praying for a weapon like a bullet to carry me through the level and catch up with them. But it's like the game knew that I was the adult, because it basically only gave me speed ups and they only hurt me. So Lambpup won that, and it was all genuine because I was desperately trying to beat them, and I love that. I love that they've made this game where it's completely level playing field, just adding different helps. It's like we're all, if we go in even, then I can just go ahead with age and experience, but if I give them the props, it just goes from there. Nintendo have had a masterstroke designing this game to make it work like that and balance out. We had a fantastic time playing the Bandits, I think it's called, mode on it, where I was the cop, they were the robbers. I had to chase them around and bang into them. Once I banged into one of them, they'd go into jail. Then the other one would have to try and get them out of jail without me catching them. That is a fantastic mode that we'll play for hours and hours and hours. We loved it. It switches around every other go, so they were chasing me around, and it's a bit different with that because once they got me, it was game over kind of thing. There was no one to break me out, but we had great fun. It was genuinely awesome. So I've been on like a bit of a buzz because it's not often you get to get a game like that. I couldn't sit and play Detroit Become Human with them. I couldn't sit and play, I mean, we had it was like a BMX racing game that I got for a review, and it's a really good game, but it wasn't something we could sit and play together. We just all had a quick go on it. The kids weren't great at it. Well, Bosco was actually better than you'd expect at it, but the point was it wasn't something we could sit and enjoy because it was kind of plain and BMXy. But it made me run through in my head and look at other games that we've got. I mean, for the Switch with the Pokken Tournament one, that has the genius ability of being able to handicap my Pokemon down to up to 50% health and put Bosco's up to 150. And it means then that, like, even if I'm nailing him, he's got 3 times the health I have, so I have to beat him 3 times. So that challenge was awesome because it meant the fights were way closer and he beat me more times and that kind of thing. It made me look at other things we've got. Like, I feel like that's a great design peak about games now, because I was looking at, historically I was going to say no games really had that, like Mario Kart was brutal on the SNES, but then I realised some games did have that. I'm sure, I don't think I've spoken about this on my videos before, but I'm sure I've mentioned it on the podcast. I realised that Tails and Luigi aren't there for like 2-player. Well, Luigi is, I suppose, but Tails in Sonic 2, I'm convinced was never there to be like oh, here's player 2, join in and everybody have fun. Tails is only there for the parent of the kid playing it. Because when I gave Bosco or Lambpup the controller to be Sonic, Tails doesn't appear on the screen unless you stop. Tails doesn't appear on the screen unless everything's kind of stuck. And when he does, he's invincible, and Tails can just annihilate a boss by going bang, 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 bang. And it's like the game just says, yeah, you know, we recognise that we want kids to enjoy a Sonic, so here's Tails. All the time when I was growing up, it was my sister playing as Tails, and she'd just steal all the rings and stuff, and we'd argue, and it'd cause World War III, because she'd hate the fact that I was running miles ahead and she was getting left behind, and then I'd hate the fact that I went to get the special, I don't know, invincibility, and she used it even though she was Tails, and Tails would disappear, and, you know, she'd get it in the neck for that and I'd get it in the neck for the other. But playing it through the eyes of a parent, it's awesome, because they'd get to the end boss, they'd try and kill it, they'd lose all their rings, I'd say, right, hold on, you hide in the corner, and I'd go boom, 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 and it would die and it would be perfect. Playing Rabbids with them has been quite fun, because I feel like I'm teaching them to be tactical and think. I'm just like, I'll be Mario and I'll go and do where I want to be, and I'll think this is where we need to be as a team. But then they'll be going to do things, and I'll be going, is that the best place to put your character? Is that a good idea? Do you think you really should do that? And eventually they'll figure out the thing that I'd have probably done anyway. But sometimes they're suggesting things, and I'm kind of like, okay, try it and see how it works. And I'm thinking as that game gets further into it, it'll be quite fun to play it as a trio. But I need more games like this. I feel like Nintendo and going back in time, Sega were the sort of companies that made the effort to aim these at the mixed bag. Because there are plenty of games like the Robloxes and Minecrafts and that can just purely be played by kids, and I don't have the imagination of a child to really get into them. But no, I'm enjoying the fact at the moment that those, specifically those 3 games I've just bought, and the old school Sonic and Mario games, are perfect for playing with Bosco and Lambpup. I'm trying to think of more mobile games that are suitable, because obviously I've got my Pokemon Go, and Bosco loves that, and I can explain to him what to do. Sorry, I just paused then because I thought there was an animal in my garden, like a wild animal, and I realised it's my dog. Just that's so dumb. But out of the corner of my eye, I thought it was a lamb, and I don't know why I thought it was a lamb. She does look like kind of goatee when she has a haircut, but it freaked me out because it just looked like it was grazing out the window. I've properly thrown my train of thought there. Pokemon Go. Being able to kind of explain that and share that and teach Bosco the lore of it, he's now as obsessed with it. He's so obsessed with it that his school report mentions Pokemon in it. It mentions somewhere, I can't remember the exact line they used, I was going to get it and read it, but that would take too much time. It literally says something about how he loves playing and talking about Pokemon, and they mentioned that when we did his nursery report, when he left there and went to primary school. They said they thought he might be a scientist when he was older because of how much he's loved learning about these fake creatures and stuff. I do kind of wish I'd taught him about animals a little bit now more, but yeah, he's a clever kid. But no, I want more games, I think, on my phones especially, but more things that I can just share with him and get into, because I don't know, I feel like this has become a real... He was so hyped tonight when he went to bed. He was so excited because every night this week we've sat and we've had family time playing these games, and it is brilliant. I don't know anymore off the top of my head. Everything I look through on my general list of games I've bought or played recently, they're all quite grown up ones. Like I couldn't share like the Batman games with him. I couldn't share... I'm trying to think what else I've got. Mass Effect... Fallout, you know, they're not really the type of thing. So I've just kind of forgotten how good gaming can be for family stuff. I'm looking forward to Smash Bros coming out and the new Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu Let's Go games, where you can both play and you both catch the same Pokemon together. So when you throw the ball, you're throwing it together and you're battling it together. Cannot wait for that to come out. This is such a perfect sort of... They've reached an age where technology is just there at the right time. The games are coming out at the right time, and I'm riding that wave. It's fantastic. It's a whole new thing for me, and yeah, I'm well excited. Thanks, by the way, I'm going to wrap up now, but thanks for everyone who got in touch about yesterday's video. I've lost track of the days. Very kind of you to check in and, you know, just have a chat with me. Quite a few people did. I was, you know, surprised, and it's very heartwarming for the amount of people who just got in touch to say, how you doing, is everything all right? I really appreciate it. I do feel better today. I think it was just triggered by the injection in the morning, like waiting for that just set me off for the rest of the day. I've been a bit lounging around today doing nothing because I'm just a bit tired and everything, but we're doing the World Athletics tomorrow, so I don't know what to do about videos because I don't think we're going to get back until about 1 in the morning, so I think I'm going to have to skip tomorrow's one and just do more in the week in the build up to the holiday. Anyway, I will wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the feedback and, as I say, all the support. You're a lovely bunch, and I'll see you on Monday, I guess. Thanks very much.